I know lots of people like that are certainly wouldn't strike you as an Einstein, but they just do it. They don't tolerate their own excuses. They're not like, I'm not good enough, or, my mom said I couldn't do it. Such boring excuses. They just do it.
I heard someone say that we overestimate what we can do in a day and we underestimate what we can do in a year. Basically saying that most people kind of stuff their daily to-do list with lots of things, thinking I'm going to get all this done, right? Rather than setting a big goal for the year and then doing one or two things every day.
That's really interesting. I think it strikes me as true. And I know for me, I have those long-term goals, and usually whatever's getting on the has to be done list today is aligned with some longer term goal. Like that's how it gets on the list. And that's other, and I know for me in my business, I have the same criteria you have. Like family and work are the two things, the two must do's. A lot of other things suffer because of that, but that's just the way it is. And then I've got my business is a lot of marketing. Like I've got to market to get consumers signed up who've lost money. So that's a lot of hard work because they always think it's a scam. Tell some poor guy lost his house at tax sale, hey, get you 50 grand. They're like, no, you can't, you're a liar. But it's true. We can. So we got to work through that. And then I have to attract people, in our teaching business, I've got to attract people. And that's, as you know, as a master of email lists, you got to be cunning and hardworking to cut through the clutter, get people's attention, and convert them, before they get grabbed by some other attention-seeking thing or person.
Yeah,
it's a constant drive for that.
Yeah, it's a never end. It's like you're in front of a moving parade of potential customers, and you're always want to be in front of them.
What's working for us too? I don't know if this is for you. What's working for us is we have this really long tail, like proof campaign. So all that we do is we keep sending people stories of, hey, here's Sam. He did an overages deal. Here was his challenges. He called the guy. The guy hung up on him and said, you're a scammer. Don't call me again. So what did he do? He sent him a letter and said, hey, I know you hung up on me, but really this is real. I'm going to try and call you again. And then, they build from there. So we tell the deal story, warts and all. Like I love warts and hair.
Right.
It's not all easy. Because I think that's real, and I get better customers that way because they have a better idea of what being a business actually is. So, we do that, and customers come in 90 days later sometimes because they get tired of seeing other people making money.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that gets really committed students. It's if they sit on the sidelines and they watch other people succeeding, it really bugs them that someone else who doesn't appear more intelligent or hardworking than they are, becomes successful, right?
I actually think so. In my neighborhood, I know lots of successful entrepreneurs, and I can tell you, lots of them don't seem that smart. I was over at a guy's house the other day, and this guy comes out totally blinged out, this necklace with enough diamonds to fill the crown of the Princess of England, just crazy. And this giant house, beautiful cars, all the stuff. And he's real. And honestly, he seemed not the sharpest tool in the shed, but what he is, he's good at one thing, he focuses on it, and then he just does it. I don't know, he might be Einstein level smart. No, he doesn't strike me that way. But I know lots of people like that are certainly wouldn't strike you as an Einstein, but they just do it. They don't tolerate their own excuses. They're not like, I'm not good enough, or my mom said I couldn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. Such boring excuses. They just do it. It's like nobody told them they couldn't do it, so they just do it. Even though I'm sure they have their own doubts somewhere, but the difference between them and the unsuccessful is they did it. And the other thing, I don't know if you see this in your coaching, a lot of times in my coaching, I'll do onboarding calls with people, and sometimes they're just staring at their belly button. They're like, well, I want to know everything before I do anything. Like in overages, they'll want to know.
Yeah. They really want you to tell them, this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to happen. This is what you can expect. But sometimes even when you do have a general strategy you're following, you just have to jump. And you have to be okay with whatever comes and have the belief that whatever comes, I'll deal with it. And more, and this is something I learned along the way. I didn't know it getting going. I think I got going and jumped into it because the alternative was so bad that I felt that I had to. But I think along the way I learned that almost every setback I've ever experienced, it goes back to the old Napoleon Hill thing. Like every setback carries an equal seed of opportunity. And oftentimes, a big setback would point me into a different direction or make me adjust my trajectory in a way that would lead to a success.
I agree with you. You have good memory for Napoleon Hill stuff. I think all of us entrepreneurs have probably read all of Napoleon Hill,
Yeah.
Dale Carnegie, like those classics, Tony Robbins, all the
Yeah.
classics of self-improvement. That's another thing I found with entrepreneurs. They do self-improvement, and they've done
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's in their
And
history.
they don't stop too, right? They're like practicing the whole cutting edge thing where even if they're like succeeded, they'll still be really hungry for the next thing